What's up, my Crusaders for Christ? I'm sitting here with Miss Bonnie today, and she's going to share her testimony with us. So, Miss
Hi,
Bonnie.
my name is Bonnie, and I am from Virginia. I was, I had a happy childhood, actually, a very happy one. My dad was military, and I spent 4 years of my younger life in Germany,
hmm
and it was great.
That's cool.
And we came home from Germany, and we moved to.
How old were you about this time?
We came home from Germany when I was 12.
Oh, okay. So a lot of your childhood
Was in Germany.
That's amazing.
And actually, when we came home from Germany, I spoke German fluently,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And I was in sixth grade when I came home, and I struggled through sixth grade because in Germany I didn't have to take English because it was a foreign language to them.
Right.
But I was an American girl, so I didn't
Right.
have to take it.
Right.
But not taking English, I didn't learn how to write English, how to do adverbs and adjectives and
Prepositions and
Yes,
all of that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So when I got back and went to the American school, I didn't know how to do this. So I struggled, but I had a teacher who stayed with me after school 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and she drove me home from school after she stayed with me for an hour
Wow.
to try to get this into me, how to pick out these things in a sentence. So anyway, when
What a sweet woman. Like, what
her
an
name was-
angel, truly, because
I will tell you, her name was Mrs. Woodard from Lee Hall Elementary. She was amazing.
shout out
She's
Mrs. Waters.
Yes, I don't know if she's here now, but God bless you if you are.
Yes.
And even if you're not, rest in peace. But she was amazing, and she was a big strength for me then. And she recommended at the end of the school year for me to hold back one more year in sixth
Just
grade.
so you could be a little more comfortable
So
and confident.
yes,
Okay.
because she didn't want to send me on my way not being able to break a sentence apart.
Yeah.
And so she had my parents come in for a conference, and she asked them if I was adopted in Germany because I had broken accent. It was crazy, but no, I was not. I was born here in the USA. But time went on. I repeated sixth grade. She requested that I be in her class again,
Aww.
and I was.
Nice.
And we built a big relationship. We were really strong together. I was kind of mad when I started sixth grade over
Yeah.
because all my friends were on the seventh grade hallway and picking on me because I repeated sixth grade.
Right.
But
Of course.
whatever, so what?
It was a big deal at the time, though. I mean,
Yeah,
hello,
yeah.
shout out to middle schoolers, because
Yes.
that's a tough
Oh,
time.
yes, it is. So I repeated the sixth grade, and I met my, what you would call a childhood sweetheart.
Aww.
And he was
In
heartthrob.
sixth grade?
And 13 years old I
Oh,
was. Remember,
my
I was, yeah.
gosh. Aw.
So sixth grade. So I was 13, and we started going out,
Mhm.
and we dated in sixth grade the second time, and seventh grade, eighth grade. We got to high school, ninth grade,
Mhm.
and in ninth grade we started hanging out with our little friends, and the older friends drove,
Mhm.
so we could hang out and cruise around with them.
Right.
And I discovered Mary Jane, if you will.
Yes, okay.
And so we were.
What year
riding-
was this, if you don't mind me asking?
I started high school in 81.
Okay.
81. No,
Okay.
81, 82.
Okay.
Okay. So I was in ninth grade, and we we had a smoking lounge when I was in school. Okay, that's
Wow.
how it was a long time ago. And we hung out in the smoking lounge, and kids would be kids, and we do what we want to do. And so I experienced marijuana, and I smoked it, and my boyfriend did, and all of our friends. And I started working a part-time job at Food Lion,
Hmm.
and I was a cashier. And
That's a grocery store in
Yeah.
Virginia.
yes, it is a grocery store. It's still around too. But I didn't make a lot of money, and I was selling weed.
Mm.
So that made a lot. It was very lucrative.
Yeah,
I would get it at home on the corner of my neighborhood, and I would take it home and take my Frisbee at night when I told mom and dad good night. At 10 o'clock was my bedtime. I had one of those.
In high school.
Yeah, in high school.
These high school kids got it so easy now.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. So I would sit on my bed at night because we didn't have TVs in our room and all that stuff that
Right,
kids
you didn't have
today.
cell phone.
No, we didn't have none of that. So I would sit on my bed with my Frisbee and I would grind it all up and I would roll a selected amount of joints that we called them then, doobies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I would take them back to school the next day and go to the bleachers at the baseball park behind the smoking lounge, and I would sell them for $2 a piece. Well, that was good money.
Yeah.
Because I'd go in there with 80 of them. I had $160 in my pocket. I was the shit.
Cash,
Yeah.
no tax,
cash,
no
tag,
government.
yeah. Well, then time went on. 9th grade, 10th grade came. And when 10th grade came, my boyfriend was getting a little frisky, a little risque. And I was raised very conservative, modest.
This is the same boy from
The same boyfriend
okay.
from the 6th grade, yes.
Yep, okay.
So we're in 10th grade now.
So you've been together for a while, and
Yeah.
he's going, "Hey, time to
Yeah. Well, I did not want to do the things he wanted to do.
explore the
Even with
hormones."
the hormones. That's what it was. They were going wild for him, not for me yet. I was scared to death. So, but my mom and my grandma were very old school, and they taught me things that were just silly.
Yeah.
Don't let them put their hands nowhere because it can get you pregnant. And, yeah, all that funny stuff. So I was
Swap and
scared
spit
to
will
death.
get you
Yeah,
pregnant.
don't do that.
Yeah.
So we went on through 10th grade. It was a little rough because he wanted to do things I didn't want to do.
Right.
Well, this new girl came, and guess what? She was from Germany. Her name was, I'm not going to say her name because I don't want it to go out. But
Yeah, it is good
anyways,
forever, yeah.
she was a little blonde bombshell, and she was cute and had that fancy figure. She wore short skirts and low shirts, and yeah. So she attracted him, his eye at the time.
Yeah, of course.
And
Teenage boy.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
right. Mhm.
So since I didn't want to go where he wanted to go, and she did, so we ended up breaking up for the rest of the school year.
Anybody who's watching this, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to break up, not
Yes.
cheat on.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. They probably did that before he broke up. It still broke my heart no matter what.
Well,
I thought I
yes.
was going to die. I would never find love again.
Yeah.
But I was okay. And then I went into 11th grade. I was still single, not dating anybody, and I became more heavily
That's what I was going to say. You were still selling marijuana at the time. Were you still working at the Food Lion?
I had left Food Lion because I was making more money doing my hustle than working any job. So who wants to do that?
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, who wants people to tell you what to do? You got your own business.
I had my days off. Yeah, I had my own business, literally.
Was there alcohol in the story? Were you drinking as a teenager?
I was drinking beer.
Okay.
Yeah. And Budweiser was my thing the whole time of my life story.
Yeah.